Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be going to talk about the Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is a powerful project management and scheduling tool that visualizes the tasks, activities, or events over a time. It's widely used to plan, monitor, and track the progress in project, which helps the project managers and teams to stay organized and on schedule. In a Gantt chart, each task or activity is represented as a horizontal bar along a time. The timeline typically spans from the project start date to its completion date. The length of each bar represents the duration of that task, and the position of the bars along the timeline indicates their start and end. Gantt charts are also allowed for depiction of dependencies between tasks, which helps in understanding the critical path and the project. During our practical demonstration in Tableau, we will explore how to create these Gantt charts to effectively plan and manage the project timelines. You will also learn how to take the input task and their respective start and end times, customize the chart to add the tables and milestones, and use the color coding or additional elements to enhance the clarity. Whether you are managing a construction project, product development, or any project with tasks and timeline, Gantt chart provides a visual roadmap to ensure the smooth project execution and delivery. So let's go to the Tableau screen and see how we can create the Gantt chart. So I'm in my Tableau screen and we are working with the global superstore dataset. Here for the date fields, I have the order date as well as the shipping date. And I don't have any project timeline. So what we will do is we will try to create a project timeline or any kind of timeline with the help of these two fields. Now let's take a look at what do we require to create a Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is over here in the show me menu. And to create a Gantt chart, we require one date, one or more dimension, and 0 to 2 measures. So let's try to create a date field which has this time and duration. So what I can do is I can create a specific calculated field which depicts the project time. So over here, I have this order date and the shipping date. And whenever I order is placed, it takes some days to ship. Now we are trying to calculate the difference between these two dates and try to find out how long does it take for a product to get shipped. So for that, what I can do is I can click over here and choose create calculated field. In the create calculated field, I will be choosing a function of date difference and I'll try to find out the difference between both these two dimensions. So let's give the name as days to ship. So it will tell me how many days it took to ship a specific product or in a particular shipping mode or any region or any market. Over here, I can choose the date type function and I can choose the date difference. For the date difference, I require these three. The first one is the date part, second is the start date and the end. Since the start date is the always lower function, that means the date which is coming first. So here we can put the order date and for the end date, we can try to put as the shipping. And the date part, I want to see how many days it takes. So I will write here day. Then for the start date, I'll give as order date and the end date would be the ship date. It is showing the calculation is valid. That means our calculation has been done over here. I'll click on apply and okay, and the measure would be reflecting on here. Now let us try to find out the shipping date for each of the product. For that, I need the dates. So let's take the order date. I'll double click on order date and it would be showing me the year format, but I don't want to see it in the year. Since over here in my measure, I've already taken days to ship. So I need it in a daily or weekly format. That would be easily trackable. So what I'll do is instead of this year of order date, I'll click on this arrow and I'll choose the week now. And it would show me all the weeks for that particular duration, whatever duration is present in our data set. Now I can easily put this days to ship over here. But before that, on which particular measure do you want to calculate it? Let's say I want to see what are the particular subcategories and how many days it is taking them to ship that particular subcategory. So now I have double clicked on subcategory and this reflecting the whole project duration for my subcategories. I can then double click on my days to ship and it is showing me the line chart for each of them. Instead of the line chart, what I can do is I can go and show me and I can click on this Gantt view and it would give me the Gantt view for all the subcategories and the days to ship. Now, since this particular category or this particular measure is aggregating in the form of sum, I don't want to see the sum. I want to see the average days it took for any subcategory to be shipped. So instead of sum, what I can do over here is I can choose the aggregate measure to be the average. And then it would be showing me the average of each subcategory wise days it took to ship. Since this is a whole big timeline, it ranges from the 10th of April 2011 and over here also it shows some January data to the whole December data for 2014. I don't need that much big of date range. So what I can do is I can again drag this order date in filters and I can choose a range of dates. Over here in range of dates, what I can do is I can choose say 2 or 3 months and that would be enough to show in my visual. So the starting date is 1st of January 2011. I can put the end date over here. In the range of dates, you can try to specify any range of dates that. So I'll take it as nearly 3 months. So let's say I'm taking it as 1st of March or say 1st of April 2011. I can click on apply and OK, and you can see the data has now been changed. Now you can easily look that for accessories, it took average of 4.8 days to ship. If I'm talking about the other week, it took me 4 days. And as I'm going down through each week, I can see the changes. Sometimes it is taking as 3.6 days, sometimes 3.6 days again, 4.5 days, and 3.75 days. Now let's see if any shipping mode is making any difference in this particular subcategory wise shipping. So for that, what I can do is I can drag the shipping mode over here just ahead of this subcategory. And you can see when I'm doing this part, it is now giving me a different view. If you are taking the same day delivery, you can see it takes only 0 or 1 days to ship a specific product. If I'm talking about the second class delivery, it takes average of 5 days, 5 days, 4 days. And for the first class, it takes approximately 2 to 3 days. So in this way, I can easily try to find out how many days it takes to ship if I'm choosing any particular shipping mode. If you want to define these shipping modes in different colors, what you can do is you can drag the shipping mode in colors also, and it would show you different colors for different shipping. Now I'm easily able to identify what are the different shipping modes with the help of this particular legend here on the right. The first class is denoted by this blue color. For the same day, I have this orange color. So I can easily find whether any same day shipping mode is taking me a longer duration of time. For example, let's see this particular. It takes 1 day. Yes, it takes 1 day. So no, it is going in a good way. If I'm trying to find out which is the one shipping mode which is taking the highest amount of time to ship, it is the standard class. On an average, sometimes it can even take up to 7 days. If you're not able to identify these small blocks, because there are too many blocks that are coinciding with each other. So what you can do is you can go in the colors option, and here you can try to apply the borders. I'll apply a darker shade of border, then I'm easily identify two blocks over here. So they are easily identifiable now. In this way, you can try to create a Gantt chart and see the relationship between these particular date fields and how long it is taking for a specific task or a specific order to be shipped. So I hope the Gantt chart was clear to you. In the next session, we will be talking about the bullet graphs. Thank you.